Hello, everyone. Today's article is titled Ghost Jobs Enrage Job Hunters. It examines a growing problem in the modern job market, job postings that appear active online but are never intended to result in real hires. Rather than focusing on individual disappointment, the article looks at how these listings distort labor market signals and undermine trust. Let's pause for a moment before we move into the article. We'll watch a short clip related to today's topic. As you watch, think about what ideas or questions it brings to mind.
Meet John Doe. He's in his early 20s and eager to jump into the workforce. He sees a job listing that looks perfect to him. So he brushes up his resume, he writes an awesome cover letter, applies, and then waits. And waits. So after a month or so, he actually sees the same job posting relisted, which makes him super frustrated. John isn't alone. Many people are frustrated by applying to these kinds of jobs that seem to have no intention of hiring anyone.
If you are in the position of trying to find a new job, of course you don't want to waste your time applying for these ghost jobs.
Now that we've seen the clip, let's take a step back. Before we dig into the details, it helps to explore a broader idea behind the story. This will guide how we understand what follows. This article challenges the assumption that more job postings automatically mean more opportunity. On the surface, millions of open positions suggest a strong market. However, when many of those listings are placeholders rather than real openings, the numbers begin to send a misleading message about economic health. With that idea in mind, let's turn to a question. Why do you think surface-level data can feel convincing, even when it fails to reflect reality? The article suggests that people often rely on visible indicators because they are easy to interpret. Job postings are public, frequent, and quantifiable, which makes them feel trustworthy. However, many companies post listings to build talent pools or project growth rather than to hire immediately. As hiring slows and voluntary quits decline, these ghost jobs become more noticeable, revealing a gap between perception and reality. Over time, this gap fuels frustration among job seekers and complicates policy decisions based on inaccurate data. Now, to understand this article better, we need to familiarize ourselves with key vocabulary. We'll go over 3 important expressions, learn their meanings, and see them in action with example sentences. Let's start with petition. It means a formal request signed by many people to demand change or action. In the article, job seekers signed a petition calling for stricter rules on misleading job ads. Here is an example. Residents submitted a petition asking the city to improve public transportation. Next, we have misleading. It refers to information that gives the wrong impression, even if it is not completely false. In the article, ghost job postings are described as misleading because they suggest hiring activity that does not exist. Here is an example. The advertisement was misleading and caused customers to expect more than the product delivered. Finally, let's look at unconscionable. It describes behavior that is morally unacceptable or extremely unfair. In the article, making unemployed people apply for jobs that do not exist is described as unconscionable. Here's an example. Charging hidden fees to vulnerable customers is unconscionable. Now that we've explored the main themes and vocabulary, let's reinforce our understanding with a summary dictation exercise. Listen carefully and fill in the blanks. Many job seekers are growing angry over the rise of so-called ghost jobs, positions that are advertised online but never actually filled. While official statistics suggest there are plenty of openings, some companies post jobs only to collect resumes, test the market, or appear as if they are growing, despite having no intention of hiring anybody. As hiring slows, these misleading listings waste applicants' time and energy and also distort labor market data used by policymakers to judge how strong the job market really is. Let's check the answers and review what each word means. The first answer is advertised. It means publicly promoted or posted so that people are aware of a job, product, or service. The second answer is statistics. It refers to numerical data used to describe or analyze trends and conditions. The third answer is resumes. It means documents that summarize a job seeker's education, skills, and work experience. The fourth answer is intention. It refers to a plan or purpose to do something. The fifth answer is policymakers. It refers to people who create or decide public policies, laws, or regulations. Well done, everyone. Today, we explored how job market signals can be distorted by practices that seem harmless on the surface. As you read the article again, think about this question. What responsibility do companies have toward job seekers who invest time and effort into applications that lead nowhere? We'll continue this discussion in our review session.